Alright, hello and welcome back. It's time for the roadmap roundup for June the 2nd, 2021. We're a bit late on this one, but we've had so much stuff to cover in the past week, and also the Star Citizen role-playing video that we did as well, which went really well. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. But yeah, anyway, let's check out the roadmap, guys. So, if you don't know what the SC roadmap is, well, basically every 2 weeks, Jake, otherwise known as Jake Acapella, edits and shows us what new developments CIG have made. Let's go ahead and see what notable changes they've made for June the 2nd, 2021. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. I already have the progress tracker up here. I'll make sure it's open on the side here. That way, when there are changes that are new, we'll be able to swap in and out of them so we can see exactly what they're talking about. We're also lucky today because Jake is actually in chat live with us on Twitch TV, so if I make any mistakes, they'll correct me. And if I don't read them, you can. Alright, so notable changes for June the 2nd, 2021. Alright, so the following deliverables have been added to the progress tracker. So quantum travel experience. Okay, so these are all things that are new and have been added. So updating the quantum travel mechanic to move players in a more physically realistic way, and improve the general quantum travel experience, adjusting how spooling and calibrating and interdictions and entering and exiting work. So it's not really part of the experience that I was thinking when I read that title, which is more what do you do when in quantum travel? But I suppose it's just more stuff to make it so that quantum travel is just a more, I guess, enjoyable experience, as they say. Let's go ahead and actually check the progress tracker, check the deliverables, and look for that. So quantum travel experience. There it is. Okay, so here we go. So apparently they're going to be starting work on this mid-July, and it's scheduled to go all the way until mid-March. And again, that could continue going after that once we get closer to there, because this is more of an estimate. But yeah, everything that's on here is exactly what we saw before, and the vehicle experience team are going to be working on this. Other stuff that's part of the quantum experience that they talked about before include things like, quantum scanning and stuff, and events that can happen during quantum travel, so it's not just, like a glorified loading screen without the loading. Alright, so login flow. Improving the login process to allow for more stability and easier analysis of errors, as well as improvements to queue that will help streamline the login process, particularly in instances of high concurrency. So this would be for things like Invictus, for instance, so that when a lot of new players and prospective citizens try and log into Star Citizen, the backend doesn't get choked up. So since this has been added, let's type in login flow into the deliverables thing and have a look to see where that is and when that is scheduled. So login flow is something that's been scheduled for mid-August and is scheduled up until somewhere between a quarter into December. Although, yeah, there we go. So with that, then I guess before the next Invictus at least, we'll have it. But we also have the IAE sometime in mid-October, so we will probably not see any benefit from that until, the end of December. Alright, then a reward service. So developing and implementing back-end systems capable of tracking stats and data per player, and awarding in-game rewards to them, as well as collecting, persisting, and querying those player rewards. Okay. I guess things like in-game, like how we did Xenothreat, but we didn't really get anything from it. People were expecting to get the Xenothreat helmet or something, either as hangar flare or something. And I guess in Halloween we had the kill people in the Gladius and get the the special Vandal helmet. I'm guessing this is just an extension of that to make it easier for them to give people things like that, either through specific events or through things like reputation as well. Oh, IE is in November. Thank you, Jake. All right, so I guess let's go ahead and plug that into the progress tracker here. So reward service. All right, so the reward service, as it says right here, is scheduled for sometime mid-February 2022, and that's going to be going for about a month and a half. And it basically has everything they were talking about there. Alright, so then we go down to space mines and bombs. So this deliverable has been split in two, so not added but changed, as the work on bombs will complete ahead of mines. Okay. So of course we have the Nautilus coming in soon, and that will be the space mine deployer, but I don't think the Nautilus is currently on the roadmap, so it would make sense to split this because the A2 drops bombs, and that tech will need to come in, come in sooner. Alright, so you'll find the new deliverable bombs in the progress tracker now, with mines being temporarily removed until it's been scheduled out. Alright, and that's again because, I do not think that the Nautilus is currently on the roadmap anyway. So if we type in bombs in the deliverable progress tracker, we'll now see that bombs are here. And let's see where they are. So bombs currently have been worked on since the beginning of April and will likely be complete by mid-September as an estimate there. And with Moab, which is a specific kind of bomb, the mother of all bombs, because again, I believe the Hercules has two different kinds of bombs. I think either you have like 16, don't quote me on the number, like smaller bombs, and then you have like maybe 3 mother of all bombs, and it's up to you to choose which suite you use on your Hercules A2. Oh, 60, not 16. There we go. Alright, then mother of all bombs doesn't seem to currently be on the progress tracker, otherwise it's all the way to 2023. Oh, no, actually mother of all bombs was worked on back in January. Interesting. Alright. So let's go ahead and change it to a bigger view here. So this is a year view. So of course, this just means that work has been done on it. It doesn't specify that that means that all the tasks required for it are done. Just that they worked on it then, and whatever. It's when they go into release view that actually means anything. The model was finished. Just need the I see. We need to look at the teams and stuff, right? So the weapon content team worked on that. And the vehicle experience team worked on the actual bomb stuff. Gotcha. Alright, so that was that. So then we have Garage's utilitarian. So we actually saw an image of this, I want to say, during the monthly report. We read the entire monthly report a couple days ago, so that's on YouTube as well. Additional time and resources were needed by the LZ-1 team for Pyro space stations and the upcoming Ruin station, which is going to be the hero space station, as it were. You know, like probably the bespoke one where everything else is using the typical like procedural tech that they have for the Lagrangian stations and stuff within Stanton. Therefore, this deliverable has been removed from the progress tracker. Additionally, the majority of the work for this deliverable affects the Levski landing zone and therefore will be scheduled closer to the release of the Nyx system. So visually, we have seen what the garages will look like for the utilitarian landing zones, but it looks like they want this and more of that colonialism outpost stuff to be for when we get Nyx and get Delamar and stuff. Because apparently, and I believe, I don't want to like, don't quote me like, what's the word? Like verbatim, but they do want to make it so that Delamar and stuff is really cool and looks great because of like how much effort it'll take you as a player to get there from Stanton. Then these deliverables have been temporarily removed from the progress tracker as the actor feature team recalibrates their schedule to accommodate the additional time needed for actor status tier 1, healing tier 0, and other content going into 315. Okay, so ladders tier 1 are gone, prone tier 1 are gone, and actor status tier 2 are gone as well. I'm not sure exactly what was in actor status tier 2, but in general, these things cover anything from like player statuses, from things like, you know, being drunk, to overheating, frostbite, anything affecting the player. So currently they've been removed from the progress tracker, as again, because they're recalibrating the schedule to accommodate the additional time for active status tier 1 and healing tier 0. So it's not so much that active status tier 2 is being removed, but the initial part of active status needs more polish or needs more work as they go into 315. As for ladders, it currently sucks being magged onto a ladder, but we'll see. And I didn't actually catch prone tier 1 when it was on the roadmap, so I don't know exactly what was part of that. Alright, so then we have release view. So the following deliverables have been added to release view. So canvas sliced ship HUDs. Canvas sliced ship HUDs. So updating all ship HUDs to use the new canvas slice system, providing an improved layout that maximizes screen real estate and provides more info and depth to pilots. Sounds cool. Any change to a HUD is cool, because HUD is like one of Star Citizen's biggest letdowns. The game is so beautiful, and yet like the HUD is in the Stone Age because they're working all this new tech. So this is probably one of those new things being added to, you know, to elevate that. So where would that even be? Let's go ahead and check out the roadmap for release view and look for canvas sliced HUDs and see where that would be. Probably in core tech? No? Ships and vehicles? There we, oh, right. So the integration of the capacitor system and rebalance of all connected systems to accommodate. So updating all ship HUDs to use the new canvas slice system, providing an improved layout that maximizes screen real estate and provides more info and depth to pilots. And then let's see if we can get this image any bigger. We can. Thank you, Hannah. So this is that canvas slice system. So first showcased with the Gladius. This is of course in the canopy of an Avenger, and we can see things like a coupled ESP and landing gear on the left hand side. Again, this is probably all like, you know, just proof of concept. We have THC and THR, so I don't know what those mean. Maybe like thruster. I have no idea. Somebody in chat can help me. It looks like the accelerometer has changed slightly as well. We have infrared, CS, so cross section, and EM, so electromagnetic emissions and stuff up there are now on the top side. We have a goddamn compass. Nice. We got an altimeter, which I believe they've already said that they want to give us like a radar altimeter as opposed to a barometric one, so like you actually know how high off the ground you are. And then they have hydrogen and quantum fuel there, but without numbers. And then you have the number of, you know, like decoys, flare and stuff. I wonder if this will be customizable, because different seats would need different, you know, information, and certain information will be more useful to different people than others. But yeah, I think the biggest thing of this, of course, is the compass for me. It looks like these squares are kind of just like maybe to simulate speed. I don't know if they're like removing space dust, but I remember a long time ago they showed different, I guess, takes on space dust that are more realistic, because when you're traveling in space, you don't necessarily get like, you know, bits of anime fluff going in front of you to show you how fast you're going. But yeah, that's awesome. All right, so that was that for canvassed ship HUDs. So that's an interesting thing that I didn't expect to see so soon. Because if I remember correctly, last roadmap roundup, they actually removed the Gladius specific like animated like ship HUD, and we're like, oh, okay, see you in the future. And now what I thought was that is coming in for 314. Then we have power management v2, so rebalancing the existing power system and integrating capacitors into it. Players will have the ability to manage the amount of extra energy that goes into the thrusters, weapons, and shields, making critical decisions on the distribution of energy in order to defend, attack, or pursue/evade. So the above deliverable is also replacing the 3 capacitor cards on the release view. So this is actually kind of cool, because people always, whenever the release view changes, they always kind of say, oh, they've just bloated the release view with like something that could have been 1 card, as it encompasses not only capacitors but several balance updates to power management as a whole. I believe on the roadmap, on the monthly review or monthly report, they talked about the power triangle also being updated, something that before wasn't talked about when they talked about capacitors. All right, so, and I believe that would also be on the release view if we look for it. So on gameplay, so that would be this right here. So power management V2. So it has two things here. So the integration of the capacitor system and rebalance of all connected systems. So rebalancing the existing power system, so that power triangle, and integrating capacitors into it. Hopefully making anybody in an operator seat more useful. In tier 0, maybe not. Try not to be too hopeful here, but it could be in the future. So players will have the ability to manage the amount of extra energy that goes into the thrusters, weapons, and shields, making critical decisions on the distribution of energy in order to defend, attack, or pursue and evade. So yeah. Now, if your co-pilot is able to do this on the go, on the get-go, the moment this gets released, then yeah, that would be the case. And that would be really cool for anybody, you know, in a two-seater, like a Super Hornet or like a, what's the word now? A Hurricane, all the way up to whatever big multi-crew ships we have right now, like a Hammerhead. Looking forward to seeing where this goes, because this is very important. Alright. So, the following deliverables have successfully passed their final review. For this reason, we've updated the label on these cards to Committed and changed their color to blue. And we've seen a few of these already. So, power management, the canvas sliced ship HUD. So this is blue, which means that we can expect it, which is good news. The lore system V2, surrender. We've seen this in so many roadmap roundups, pushed. Finally blue, still have no idea what it's going to do for us another day, but we can finally surrender. Radar scanning and ping, blue. Missile operator mode, blue. Missiles guidance and control rework, blue. Okay, so that's good news. We're currently like it's only the 8th of June today, so at time of recording. So we still have up until the end of June, of course, for the PTU to be rolled out or whatever with these changes. But it's good news to see that things are finally blue, and we'll likely see some smaller features also making their way into the roadmap, probably if they are ready. The monthly report did mention that some of these features that are coming in now were almost ready for 3.13, but just needed some polish. So maybe there might be other things. Don't know. I'll have to see. Try not to be too hopeful, but I think I failed in that task. Anyway, that seems like all there is for the roadmap roundup for this fortnight. We'll be checking this out again in the next couple weeks. Thank you everybody for watching live on Twitch. Thank you for Jake for taking time out of your day for hanging out and talking about this with us, and for correcting me where I needed correction. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, I've been Myre, and as always, be good.